at his residence or anywhere else. For the record, I can confirm that the DCI is indeed investigating several cases, but I can confirm that none of the cases under investigation so far.
Where we are going. Today, you may have the latitude to do what you think will be right as per you. Tomorrow, the shoe will be on the other leg.
Well, I've just received information very late now that police have surrounded the home of former Minister for Internal Security, Mr. Matiangi.
This issue of sending police officers at night to surround the home of Dr. Matiangi, as though Dr. Matiangi is some kind of terrorist that has come into the country, is actually nonsensical. This is not what I expected of the government of Kenya Kwanza and William Samoei Ruto, especially when William Samoei Ruto himself came on several occasions and said that he would like to have a civilized police force and a way where the institutions of government are independent.
We have not seen any summons. We have not seen any warrants to raid his place and cut away whatever properties that they have to cut away.
Our position is so straight and simple.
We have these firm
If
instructions
indeed
to go
Dr.
to
Matiangi
tomorrow,
is
we
being
must
sought
respect the rule of
for
law.
wrongs that he's done,
We're going to go tomorrow,
and he needs to be arrested and arraigned in court,
including
then the
because we are told
DCI
there are pockets of,
or whoever is
information that
looking
we
for
have,
Dr.
that the
Matiangi
entire cabinet,
should come out
including the former president,
publicly
are going to be swept
and
in
state
this raid.
in a statement that Dr. Matiangi is being sought for 1, 2, 3, and you should either present himself to DCI or wherever they want him to present himself, and then failure to which they will send officers. You see, so far, the IG has come out and said that he's not involved in this particular issue and is not aware of officers having been sent to Dr. Matiangi's house at midnight. Secondly, the EACC has also come out clearly and said the same thing. So this essentially means to me that if there's anybody who has to come out clearly and state the facts rather than keep Kenyans in suspense, is DCI himself. The president too should actually pronounce himself to this matter, knowing very well that such a raid cannot be undertaken of such a senior officer without the office of the president and the office of the deputy president participating. They should come out clearly and straight and charge Dr. Matiangi in public and state exactly when the police officers should go there to arrest him, if that is necessary. As far as we are concerned, and from the signs that we are seeing, there is no difference or change in anything. What William Samoei Ruto says is one thing, and what we are seeing happening is another thing. You cannot look at the issue of Dr. Matiangi as an isolated case. Just this week, in fact last week, President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's security was withdrawn. Thereafter, William Samoei Ruto himself said that he was going after President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's estate, and in fact had an issue with Mama Ngina Kenyatta. So last night, they went to Dr. Matiangi's home, or some people purporting to be officers, because they are operating like thugs, went to Dr. Matiangi's house and surrounded Dr. Matiangi's house. And Dr. Matiangi had to call his lawyers and friends to go and actually find out what is happening. If it's true that these are officers from the Kenyan government or DCI, then William Samoei Ruto is basically not being honest and open. I don't want to hear anything about talking about independence of the police. We've never had an independent police force since independence, and that is a fact. there's something that drives these arrests and all these things that happen in this particular country. The bigger picture about issues of crime, corruption, and everything in Kenya, particularly pertaining to politicians and other people who have been doing things in this country for a long time. The solution lies with actually bringing everybody together. They should come out clearly. The political class, lawyers, as in the Law Society of Kenya, the judiciary, and all agencies. And in fact, I would drop in the Kenya Defense Forces to discuss a way forward, given that this country has been in a mess, actually with corruption and all these issues. Just last year, William Samoei Ruto, Rigathi Gachagua, and everybody accused Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta of basically using the police in the manner in which they did last night. You see? So this to me looks like a political question that has to be sorted out. In as much as we say that politicians should participate, the institution or the people who should actually arbitrate should be people who are outside government, maybe the Commonwealth or anything else, so that there's some form of national dialogue to find out exactly what will be done for past issues of corruption, what is the way forward with crime, and all these things. I know there's a commission led by CJ Maraga, but that commission will not reinvent the wheel. You see, there are so many reports that have been written. And short of actually an arrangement or an agreement between everybody in Kenya on matters corruption that have bedeviled this country, and we have people who are trillionaires in this country and paupers, it tells you that the problem is bigger than what we are seeing today. Today, I understand too that Dr. Matiangi's lawyers have gone to court seeking basically to get an order from court that insulates the entire cabinet, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta himself, from this kind of arbitrary raids or arrests. You see, that situation can be very tricky, and I hope courts will continue to give those anticipatory orders, because we've seen them giving those orders before. This will be a test to the courts of law in this country, who basically were given the 5 judges, some of whom are actually known to be corrupt, and money, just to make them actually independent. CJ Martha Koome has to be very careful in the way she handles matters of public interest, and we hope that she will not talk the way she talked during the Supreme Court hearing of hot airs, and she will not talk like the Minister for Interior and Security talked, Professor Kindiki talked, saying that he doesn't care. That is not the kind of language that we expect them to use going forward. I hope that William Samoei Ruto has taken notes, and I hope that he too, like I always have believed, has the interest of this country at heart. Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome to Talk to Africa. My name is Joy.